Hello and welcome to the video. This is the game that placed me as a tank, and I just wanted to record this video just to show my ability as a tank and what I got placed as. From the first 7 wins of tank, I found that I really like Ariza. That's pretty much it.
Just wish you knew.
And one thing I noticed is when a team is losing, 90% of the time, you will see their tank. If they're losing, they will swap to Zarya every single time. And it's starting to piss me off. Now, after November 15th, I'm pretty sure that will change a bit because, you know, her nerfs are gonna hit, but it irks me because not a lot of people know how to deal with her. You like, from my small amount of knowledge, bronze and silver gameplay, it's basically this is how you deal with her. You either completely ignore her and just run through the front line to their supports and deal with the supports and then take the Zarya out after the fact, or if your team isn't very coordinated, like you're gonna have 2 people shooting at Zarya, charging her. You try to coordinate and say, okay, she just used one of her bubbles, she's got one more, we gotta bait her into using it right now and then focus her when she in that small amount of window, 5 or 6 seconds where she doesn't have any bubbles. That's the time you kill her. So that's probably the hardest thing I had to deal with in these placements, is just every time the enemy team started losing or they weren't doing very well, a Zarya popped up, and it's like, man, this is I don't like it. Because she just does too much damage for a tank, in my opinion. Yeah, there are ways to deal with her. There are lots of ways to deal with her. It's just, it takes a lot of coordination, way more coordination than any other tank you have to deal with, and that's the thing that irks me. But anyways, this is the start of my long run into this Route 66 or whatever, and we just started steamrolling this team. I don't think I died at all. I felt very comfortable. I was getting healed. I was calling out when I was being aggressive and when we should back off. Right here, I was like, this is not looking too good, but then I noticed Soldier just ulted and got a couple kills, so I stayed in the fight. And I got that Moira. I was like, yeah, okay, this Soldier popped off. Alright, so we're just waiting for them to stagger on in. I knew they were gonna try to get a contest there, because that's like the moment you either decide, okay, are we gonna try to contest to stop this, or are we gonna go? But they staggered in, and I get nanoed here somehow, like for some reason. So I'm like, oh, I gotta go do something. That was like a really wasteful nano, but I don't think it mattered. Here we are pushing into the final point with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left, which in all honesty they can hold, but we're just in such a mode right now. They're staggering so much that I was like, yeah, we're gonna win this point. One thing I know that I realized as a tank is I'm starting to look at our support comp a lot more. If I see that we have like a Zenyatta Lucio, I know in the back of my head that I'm not gonna get the best heals. I'm not gonna get burst healing. I'm gonna get, low healing over time. So that changes how I play. I'm not gonna be as aggressive. I do know my health is gonna go slowly up, but I can't be as aggressive as I usually am with an Ana, Kiriko, Baptiste, where they just heal me so much. So I think that's something that I've learned over these tank placements is looking at our team comp to see how I can play. I know here we have an Ana still, so I'm like, okay, well they can keep high ground, stay way back, and I can keep getting heals. Here I know they have a Bastion, which is a solid pick right now. They have an ability that shreds health like crazy. But one thing I've realized is Orisa counters that pretty hard. She has her spear spin, and that completely shuts down. Well, okay, it shuts down like 4 seconds of his major cooldown. And then I can usually tank the rest of it. So the fact that I feel like Bastion's going to come into the meta once the changes on November 15th come, I think the tank meta is going to swap from Zarya, maybe Winston. Zarya at the lower levels, Winston at the higher levels. It might swap over to Orisa. Now, that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's true. Apparently, McCree says I killed him here, but I don't really care. Cassidy said I killed him. Yeah. But honestly, he got himself low with his ult, so. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think the meta is gonna swap because Bastion just shreds tank's health. And most of the time you'll see a Bastion as DPS. And if you're a different tank other than Orisa, Bastion's hard to deal with. Maybe D.Va. Defensive Matrix is actually really good against that. If you have that, so that just makes it so you have to keep a reserve of Defensive Matrix if you want to deal with his cooldown. It just does so much damage if you get caught off guard, and Bastion basically flanks with that cooldown. He can get 3 or 4 kills with it. Oh, by the way, the reason why we're doing so well here is they had a lever. Their tank left apparently. He got really tilted. He left at the start of this defense round here, so I'm not gonna say that this was an easy game, but it kind of was. So free win. It got my placements. Now I'm able to basically talk about what went through my head through the placements and stuff. Most of the time I played Orisa, and I had a lot of people say, hey, swap to Zarya, and I wish I could. I am not a good Zarya. I see so many times Zarya's just press W with their barriers and win, and every time I do that, I make a great mistake and die, and it's like, wait, what? How am I dying? So I just feel like, okay, well, it would put too much pressure on me to do that. Alright, so there we won 3-0, really easy. And this is my tank placements. Let's see what I placed here. Cassidy was pretty good, so I sent an endorsement his way. And in my opinion, I did better in my tank placements than my support placements than I did on my tank placements. And my tank, I placed higher than my support, so that's pretty funny. So I'm silver in both tank and damage, and bronze in support. I feel like I'll raise my support up pretty easily. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel immensely. I hope you all take care. Thank you so much.